Hello and welcome to this week's Montgomery Minute for Individuals. All right, our governor here in New Mexico and the legislators are bragging about a tax cut that they passed for individual filers back in 2024 that took effect January 1st of this year. So let's look at this tax cut and really see how we feel about it. So prior to this tax cut that they did, we really hadn't had a revision in our tax rates here in New Mexico for about 20 years. So they get to come out and say, for the first time in 2 decades, we've passed a tax cut. All right, so let's analyze this thing and let's see how we feel about it. So let's take an example. All right. So in this example, I'm going to be talking about the tax table or the tax bracket for a married filing joint couple. Okay. There are basically four tax brackets. Okay. Whether it's federal or New Mexico or state. Okay. There's married filing joint, married filing separate, single, and head of household. Okay. So in my example, I'm going to be talking about the married filing joint tax table, but this tax cut that they passed is virtually the same for all four of those tax tables. Okay. So what they did is that for a married filing joint couple, as soon as you had $25,000 in taxable income to New Mexico, you had a tax rate of 4.9%. And you didn't hit their max rate until you had $315,000 in income, and then you went to 5.9%. Okay. So most people were in that 4.9% tax bracket here in New Mexico. So what they did is they said, okay, let's create a new rate of 4.3 versus the 4.9. And instead of the 25 hitting it at 25,000, let's take it all the way up to 50,000 before they go to the 4.9%. Okay. And I ran the numbers, and here's what the change is. So let's take this example: married filing joint couple before this tax change and after the tax change. And if they have $150,000 in taxable income to New Mexico, their tax savings is $333. I also ran the scenario for individual filer making 75,000, and their tax savings is $161. So pretty minuscule. And governor and legislators, well, I'd like to have seen you do something much better. And really, what I'd like you to see is no income tax at all here in New Mexico. But we'll wait and see. Thanks for watching this week's Montgomery Minute for Individuals.